What's going on, everybody? Patriot Stacker here. So today I want to show you the top 5 oldest silver coins I have in my stack. These are a couple different pieces that I have that I've collected. One piece I was given as a gift, which was really awesome. And just these pieces mean a lot to me. They have sentimental value, and they're just very cool, collectible, and very old. So we'll start from the youngest and work our way to the oldest. So the first one I have is this here. This is an 1854 seated Liberty $50. It's not in the best shape. A little worn, a little slick. It has a New Orleans mint. And I've showed this off in a couple videos before. But I just love this piece. You know, it's a seated Liberty, which I'm just happy to have one. And it's an old piece. Really cool. 1854. Just, just a really, really cool piece to have in my stack. I'm really happy to have it. So that's the youngest of the old, we should say. And the next one I have here is also a seated Liberty. This is an 1850. It's got a little damage you see here on the left side of the coin. But this is a seated Liberty dime, 90% silver, from 1850. Really cool piece. I love the reverse on these as well, with the wreath. And they say one dime, United States of America. Just a really cool, detailed coin. And besides the damage, this one's in pretty good shape. So that's minted in 1850. Really cool. That's the second oldest. The next one I have here, you know I love my Mexican silver. We have an 1834. This is just a little one. This is a half Reale. Minted in Mexico. And you see here it's only 1.69 grams of 90% silver. So smaller than a dime. But just a really cool piece. I really like these Reales. And on this side here, it's hard to see. It's pretty worn. But that is a Liberty cap with sun rays. It's kind of hard to read what it says. And you see here I have the ASW, which is the actual silver weight, which it only has 0.0594 troy ounces. So not a whole lot of silver there, but still 90% silver and pretty darn old, 1834. I really like that one. Very cool. I love Mexican silver coins, and that's the oldest of any of this Mexican silver I have in my stack. And that's also the third oldest coin in my entire stack. Next, we have an 1827. Almost 200 years old. Pretty cool. This is a capped bust $50. It's been lacquered, so it's hard to see. It's very dark. And it's got these punches kind of dinged into the coin. They used to do that to test the coins, and then whoever had this coin lacquered it probably 50 years ago or more. So it's definitely an odd specimen, but I love it. I think it's so cool. I mean, it still has really good detail. You can see everything, but the lacquer makes it really hard to pick up without getting real close or, certain lighting. But this is a capped bust from 1827, which is almost 200 years old. Pretty cool. This is the only capped bust coin that I have in my collection, but I really like this one. I picked that up for 15 bucks, so I thought that was cool. The cheapest cap bust that I could find. And that brings us to our second oldest coin in the entire stack. And now number one, which this I mentioned before was given as a gift, which really blew me away. And I'm not sure if you know what this is. If you know what it is, I want you to guess down in the comments below. It's from a shipwreck. It's very old. The date is 1783. It was minted in Mexico for the Spanish. I love these coins. You can see here, this side of the coin was exposed to the elements when it was in the shipwreck in the Gulf of Mexico. This is an 8 reals, minted in 1783 in Mexico for the Spanish, and was found in 1993 on the shipwreck of the El Cazador. The El Cazador was a famous shipwreck that went down in 1784 with a whole bunch of silver and gold aboard the ship. It was heading from Mexico through the Gulf up to the port of Louisiana, through the mouth of the Mississippi, and it experienced some intense weather and actually hit ice, an iceberg, or a big chunk of ice that was flowing because there was a record storm and a record cold front, which I thought was just a crazy story and very interesting because you don't really think about icebergs in the Gulf of Mexico. But very interesting. But the ship went down, all lives were lost, and all silver was lost as well. But then a fishing vessel snagged something with their net. They pulled it up, and a whole bunch of these Spanish silver reals came falling out of the nets. Imagine being that guy. How awesome is that? So they recovered a lot of these shipwreck coins off the El Cazador. And you see, this side's not too bad. You could still see the portrait of the king. You could pretty much still see the date, 1783. And this must have been the side sticking up because it is very deteriorated and just weathered from the salt water and the sand and everything kind of moving around over hundreds of years. How cool is that? Spanish 8 reals off the El Cazador shipwreck. So that's 1783. Really awesome. That is the oldest coin I have in my stack. So I just think these are really cool pieces. I wanted to show everybody the top 5 oldest coins I have in my silver stack. We have the seated liberties. We have a half real from Mexico. We have an 1827 capped bust half dollar. And we have the 1783 8 reals, pieces of 8, the original coin used in the Americas before we had our own monetary system, which is another very interesting fact. And I just really like these coins. I think they're so interesting. These will be in my stack forever, definitely. But I wanted to share with all of you. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked what you saw, please smash that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy videos all about silver stacking, coin collecting, precious metals, and all that fun stuff. And ring that notification bell because I upload videos every single day. And as always, folks, have a great day.